All right, good morning. We're working on the arts block drawing, one-point perspective. I want to show you a few things beyond the windows to put in. So we're going to walk you through just separating the Grand Theater from the CVA, and I want to just show you that right now. So the first thing we need to do, maybe I could try to, it's going to be a little small here, but the first thing I need to do is actually take back the CVA wall from the Grand Theater and make a little bit of space. That's my first step, okay? Once I do that, I can actually bring back in the base of the Grand Theater. Remember, we're operating with the assumption that there's a vanishing point off to the left somewhere, so we can try to think that way and make an angle that would look like it's going to come back. So now it looks like there's a little bit of a gap in between the two. Actually, I'm going to show you another. We're going to do two things. I've separated it. Let's bring it down into the sidewalk too, because when you look at that, when I look at this facade actually comes out, doesn't it? It comes out onto the sidewalk to show that this is the entrance, to show that this is the place of importance, the place of focus. So let's bring that down into the sidewalk just a little bit. I'll do it here and I'll do it here, this right there. Then I'm going to bring that, you can bring it down as far as you need or as far as you'd like. I'm going to bring that back to the point, and now I'm going to go back to this and bring this back in. Actually, I could even just connect the two. That might make the most sense. So if this is connected right to that corner, now when I'm walking down the sidewalk, I would have to move out to my right and around that raised facade that's coming out. So that means, you know, this whole building then is kind of we're going to have to drop the face of it down, the base of it down. So I'll put a dashed line there to sort of represent that. So I know that really this whole section of the Grand Theater is now dropped down in front. So it goes above, in front of the CVA and the PFA, Performing Arts, PAF. Last thing, the other thing I want to show you, and then I'm going to turn you loose again to work on your own, is to put in some of these. It's very much the same thing. It's kind of repeating, but we're going to put in these two planters that are flanking the staircase, sort of the base of almost like what would be a structural column. So I'll show you that. I'm going to first draw a line that just separates these two buildings, the gallery from the entry. So I've got kind of a dash line there now. I'm just going to darken that in, and we're just dividing that space up. So that line will represent the gallery from the entry. And then I'm just going to look at, you know, where this first little box occurs. So I'm just going to draw it. It does go into the sidewalk, but it starts on the wall. I should be on the screen right now, all right? I'll be done in a minute. So I bring that down, and then I'm going to go to the vanishing point over here on the bottom and on the top. While I'm doing this, I'm actually going to go over here too and put some lines out here, because I know I'm going to have another one on the left-hand side of the staircase. So with knowing that, I might as well start putting some lines out there. Then I'm going to put the other side of my box in, and then I'll just go back to this. Then we're going to go to our vanishing point on the left-hand side, or that, and you can create this other box over here with the amount of space you want to leave for that stairwell. Now we can kind of add on and customize our box to look like those columns, those bases. I'm going to make this one a little wider than this one, so because it's closer to us, further away from the vanishing point. And now all I've got to do, it's kind of like what we did here, is draw the top of the box. And we're going to do that going to this other point over here. For some of you, I might help you actually set up a little flap, extension flap, to get that point. But now we've kind of created what's going to be the start of that stairwell. And then this will bring back here. And we've got that happening. So now we can start drawing in, you know, where we see the steps, where we see that entry, and we can start building up some of the details here. So just a few things to get you to drop things into that sidewalk space today, but we're going to continue giving you quite a bit of time to work on just putting in some windows and continuing what you were doing.